I hear what you're saying, Trigger Mike, but like I think we also like going back to like men are not a monolith and neither are women, right? I come into my household, live with my parents. That's just the way our culture works, right? Neither one of them has an issue with me coming in to the house on the phone. It's still hang on a second. I greet them both. I
Mm-hmm.
greet them individually and carry on my conversation. Now, the man in my life might have an issue with that, right? But if I haven't been brought up, even though I was raised with my father, that that's an issue, there's still a whole process of like, okay, well, I get the fact that something is wrong, but I don't understand why it's wrong to you. It's a part of learning the person. I
Mm-hmm.
think where the issue really is that a lot of men are so used to combative women that any question at all seems like confrontation.
Right.
Sometimes it's just, hey, I want to know how your brain operates. I'm not a man. And if I'm invested in you, I want to understand you so that in the future, I don't have to be explained so many times. I learn your pattern of behavior. Men and women alike want to get into that zone in a relationship where like everything is good, it's great, we're on autopilot. You got to answer why in order to get there, right? You have to learn each other. And if we're not doing that, how do we get to that place? We're just expecting it to just magically fall into place.
So I got to get. So you asked me a few weeks ago to get out of my bubble. I need you, Mistaken and Shan, to get out of your bubbles as women who like to listen and all this. Because boy, y'all know I'm. I mean, my job title is director or something, but I'm basically a dean at a college. Okay, so I interface with students once they have a complete communication breakdown with their professors. I interface with them at that point. And if you would see the way these girls, especially, cannot be told shit, I agree with you. That's what it's supposed to look like. I need you to explain to me, well, you know what, babe? Even an inarticulate man, you know what, babe? I just feel like then you're gonna go up there and talk with her for an hour, and then now we not eating at the table, and you know what I mean? And he's just gonna talk like that and be like, what the fuck? That's stupid. I mean, shit. I'm here, ain't I? If you would see how bad this is with the lack of disregard for men, because it's supposed to work the way you're talking. It is literally supposed to work that way. But I'm telling you right now, when we all meet up, I don't know how we're gonna simulate this, but we're gonna go hit the streets and find some women and interview them and ask them these exact questions. I'm telling you, you'll be amazed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have slight different perspective about all of this stuff that we got going on here. And I agree to a degree that, women want to naturally respond to a person that they trust know what they're talking about, right? They want to verify, these things is accurate and this, that, and the third. But that speaks to what most women believe, which is they have a thought process of some sort of control. They're testing you to make sure that you are worthy of these things that you're asking them for. If you're asking them for submission, if you're asking them to follow you, this, that, and the third, like they want some evidence, some proof, right? So in my opinion, I do understand and I do agree at times you should be willing to reasonably explain certain things that your woman ask of you, explain certain things. There are some things I don't think you should explain to a degree. There should be some things that you do these things for a specific reason, because oftentimes women will sit there and say we're not children, but the way that they want to be led, they want to be led almost somewhat like children. They want the ability to ask questions. They want to know where they're going, why they're going. Like, instead of just having somewhat of a natural disposition, like, hey, listen, this is a person that I'm choosing. This is a person that I respect. Okay. He must be doing this for a good reason. I think that with a lot of women, they don't think men do the things they do for good reason. They have a natural discontempt to some degree because they seen some of the men in their lives or other people's lives that they didn't think that what they did was very beneficial, you know. And that's kind of, you know, what I've seen, because I think you would hope that women be more willing to listen, but since they have been in control of their lives more so longer than anybody else, because sometimes the women don't even listen to their own parents, so they've been largely in control of their lives more so than anybody else. So why would I think that she would surrender that control magically to me just because she think that I know what I'm talking about?
He does have somewhat of a point, but I do say it. I go back to definitely say is about how you.
I got pink eye. You wasn't here earlier when I was trying to explain, so I can't put my contacts in, so I can't see nothing. So I'm like in a weird,
It's
Fight
about
back, Marcus. Fight back.
My bad, man.
how you carry yourself as a man. Like and to Inaz's point about taking the time to know who you with, that has to go both ways. Just like we have to study our husbands to see the pattern, develop pattern, and then start generalizing certain things to match up to say, well, I know he wouldn't like this or he would love this or whatever, is the same thing as well. I know recently, my husband and I would talk. I can't remember what we were talking about. And he was like, yo, sometimes, you know, you just need to do stuff. Like you always, you know, have to discuss, have to say something. And I'm like, yeah, but I said 9 times out of 10, I said, be honest, 9 times out of 10, don't I always end up doing what you say anyway? And he was like, yeah, you do. But he was like, if you're going to do it, then why even go through all of the, but that I hear that, but that is a part of my personality. So do you want to just go through the conversation with me and end up me doing what you asked or what we discussed or whatever it is, or not? At the end of the day, it's really about me following through what you asked, and I've done that. So in that regard, I'm respecting you. In my regard, respect my process as well. Like, this is my personality. I've been like this, you know, forever. Is not something that's detrimental that I necessarily need to change, you know, because it's going to ruin our marriage or what have you. If that's my personality, you know, I am a why person, and is not a why to just be combative or anything like that. Like, y'all see how much I talk. I am a talker. I love, like, just, I want to know why. And he actually encouraged that when we first met. He said, never take anything on face value. I don't care who it's from. And so now I'm like,
bite him in the butt.
Right. And so now you mad because I'm
that's
like,
why you be careful what you tell women.
Right. He's like, so now I'm like, okay, well, that's how I am. You encouraged it. Now you're trying to flip the script. But at the end of the day, I do follow suit in what he asks. So he got what he wanted. But now the transaction between that is, let me get mine off too and have the conversation. And I go ahead and do what you did. What you asked.
We're talking about conversations. I was like, what? All right. So I think we're about to shut it down, y'all. This has been a good one. Mm-hmm. My black ass is tired. Shit, Marcus got pink eye shit, sweating. So we're gonna follow suit. God damn, I was looking at my like the AC can't be out and he just streaming. No way. No way.
That boy was going through it.
Blink 2 times
if you need help.
Yo, this is streaming gold, bro.
Look, he said he's sweating like Patrick Ewing in the fourth quarter. I was too.
Hey, but for real, Marcus, you got
I feel better.
You got pink eye?
Yeah.
You like legit?
Yeah, well, it's on the last days now. Like that 5 to 7.
So you've been taking medicine for it?
My man, last suffer.
Hell no, you let that eye ride out.
Marcus.
He ain't got the boogers no more, Doc. That's what
Should
he's
you
saying.
be
He don't got the
sweating
eye
with
boogers.
pink eye though? I never heard.
That's why I'm
No,
concerned.
you can get
That's
But
why I
this
was
not
like,
a health. This not a health
I get
call. I'm
feverish
going to
every
sleep.
time.
I
My
see
kid
it.
brought me that shit like 3 times.
no, that's the reason why I asked, because I know you can. I mean, I know you can have pink eye or conjunctivitis, but I mean, you kind of sweating. So that's why I checked them. I just wanted to just check on you real quick, just in case. I mean,
Yeah, I appreciate it. I got it though.
what does that
He's
mean?
on the mend. In fact, fuck that. He's not on the mend. You was sweating. I'm gonna go
I'm just
back
saying,
and watch the last hour of this shit.
right. I'm just saying, if your
was
body is
this-
throwing a fever right now, I
Before
just
I
want to make
type
sure you
that
ain't got no
letter,
other
this was
infection
me.
going on. I mean, I'm trying to help you.
No, I appreciate it, but I got it.
Nah, but it's hot. It's summer.
Hey, I don't do work up in Chicago no more.
So
So if something happened, I can't get to you.
I'm good. I got it.
my dude.
But just know, Mike, you got a million jokes coming. Who else?
Nah, it's all good. It will never take away the recording of your ass sitting this close to the camera talking about.
You know,
I can't see.
Yo, Marcus is like
You
he
didn't even
popping Molly
know.
and he's
You didn't
sweating.
even know.
It kept that sweat kept his hair moisturized.
Then you
Oh,
lean
that
It's a
boy
back.
soul
cold.
glow. I got a soul glow. You
Look,
looking
I
like
didn't
the
know what to
grown-up
think,
Michael
man.
Jackson. What'd you say?
Yeah. All right, y'all.